Now I want to invite you to join and take the space which you feel comfortable in and arrive at yourself. Feel your center and take your time to do so. Feel your breath, your chest, and slowly walk through your body, through your legs, downwards. And just by staying in contact with yourself, feel uprightness coming about by itself. Let your breath react. Make a little step backward or forward to relax completely. And let's repeat it one more time. But let's already now take into account that in a way, our body, is our human body. Our body actually is the human part in us, or what we want, what is carrying us as human beings. So we start at our heart and we really greet this aspect of us. Dear body, may I walk through you, may I pass through you. And now continue to bring this energy with you when you form the O. And when you fill the O with warmth and empathy. And maybe Adele just speaks the first two words, the first sentence of the text for us, and we really try to feel these two aspects, which have to do with that we are incarnated beings.
Human, striving.
And when we feel the warmth we send into this gesture of O, let's keep our body in mind. And then come back with the hands to your heart and turn the hands outward and create again an O gesture, but really be aware of that we have a surrounding which we keep out. And we form an O with an awareness of being awake in the outside of it. And then slowly we turn it and we become aware of what is in it, the strength. We really feel this tree trunk growing with its roots and its fruits. And then just let go again. And when we do this O gesture, there are beautiful aspects which are also nice to have in mind, and I just explain a few of them. If we do the R, the first letter, the A, as it's spoken in English, it's a yes to the world left and right. It's a yes to left and right, to different spaces, energies which live in our body. It's also a yes to, I might become torn apart even, I might even lose myself. And then this E gesture is, I manage to bring these energies together. I develop energy by bringing plus and minus together. And out of this energy, I can dare to walk my way. I open up, I root myself in order to grow with all dangers, yeah, which might come about, but that's necessary that I can walk forward, walk my way, try things out. And after this, when I've made enough mistakes, then I can form this O. I have learned enough to build this high gesture. The left and right start to flow into each other. This circle circles this way, the other one, the other way around. Two ways without disturbing each other, in complete harmony. And this harmony can be filled with love. For this reason, I say the O is the goal of everything. And then you might say, yes, but in the alphabet we have R, E, or A, E, I, O, U, and not the O is the last letter. But just have a look what this order expresses. When I do the R, and you can just do it with me, you open up, you go out to the stars, look behind the stars, but then you actually invite everything to come towards you, to stream, to bring you towards yourself. And automatically this leans you backwards. You are on your heels. And then when you cross the arms to the E, you are protected. You can come a little bit forward, but you're still behind. And when you do the E, this gesture just puts you into the middle of everything, but now you are not protected anymore. It's just the inner energy which it is protecting you. And then you do this wonderful O gesture where everything comes together and your energy can flow into it. And this flow of energy really brings you forwards, but the hand held you, you stay still with yourself. And the U only expresses that you have fulfilled your goal. Your O is big and full of love. And then the U says, yes, and now you can go on to the next step. So also this order actually shows the O is the goal, and when the goal is reached, you can go on. So I invite you in this context of the path to have these aspects of the O in mind. When we do the O in the beginning, and maybe we do it one more with Adele, we afterwards let the O rise above the heads, above our head, and there we will try to combine what you feel with the words you hear from Adele. We start again at the very beginning with our body.
Human, striving, one takes care not to do anything that is outside of one's strength, but also not to refrain from doing anything that is within it. Look beyond the everyday, the momentary, and set goals.
Thank you. Let's stop here and breathe. What did we do? We had this O gesture, and then Rudolf Steiner invites us to look. Yeah? And when we do this O gesture, just lift your arms a little bit, as if there would be sun and you need your hands to protect yourself from the sun, and then look. Yeah? And then into the everyday, what's there in space. And then just let's go higher up in the two-dimensional plane, the momentary, yes, where this aspect of time comes about. And when we remember that we started with look, then please try to feel as if this O in the arms is a big eye. And you can just look from behind this or through this eye into the world. Try to become an eye. And it helps if you even use your physical eyes to really look a little bit with them. And do the same with your arms, what you do with your eyes when you look. And then relax, because it's not easy to have the arms up there that long. Okay, this was the first part. And then Steiner says, and set yourself goals. And goals have to do with the future. And where do we find the future aspects in ourselves? Them we find in our deeper areas. Yeah? The head is more connected with where we come from, our belly consciousness, our intuitive consciousness is much more, our will is connected with where we want to go to. So if we want to feel into the direction of our goals, it might make sense to build the O around our lower chakras, maybe even around the chakra we are speaking about today, or around the belly, where you feel, there my intuition lives. And then Rudolf Steiner does not only say set yourself goals, because that's still earthly orientated, he puts in brackets ideals. So maybe you can intensify this gesture a little bit, and by doing this, bringing the O you have just left up here again into existence. That by intensifying the O down there, the O above comes into existence once again. Let's try this. Just from look beyond the everyday to this point, if you can re-enliven the O above in the meaning of ideals, higher aspects of your goals, more universal aspects of your goals. We start again with this O from the heart.
Look beyond the everyday, the momentary, and set goals.
And now, ideas. Okay. And Rudolf Steiner does not stop at this level. He even continues related to a person's highest duties. What can we do now? We have arrived at the level of our ideals by going down, and he wants us to rise even higher. So what we do, we go down even more. And I invite you just a little bit to put your toes apart and to relax the legs a little bit, that your legs just start to form a sort of an O gesture. But if you only do this, it's still a little bit clumsy, and the bones are pretty sticking out, but it's fun. Just walk a little bit like this, it's quite nice, yeah? And feel the elasticity there. And elasticity is, just come back again, is the principle of Jupiter, of O, of harmony. Flexibility, wisdom, interconnectedness with everything in a flexible way. Just move forward and back again, enjoying this flexibility, this safeness in letting go. Just walk a little bit. Oh, so nice. Nobody is seeing you, only me is everybody seeing. Yeah? So you can do and feel what you want. Yeah, but it's just, oh, I can feel being carried. And let go. Feel your legs. And actually, I'm not going to deepen it. The thighs and the feet have a lot to do with Jupiter and the O, because Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius and the Pisces, or Pisces, I'm not sure how it is correct in English, with the feet. So when you go down a little bit and feel into your thighs and start to give a little bit of energy and make them grow and bring them out a little bit, the feeling of the legs become rounder and the feet just lift by themselves and relax again. So what we did on a physical level, we just let go. And on an energetic level, we just let the thighs grow. And we grow with it, and the feet come along with it. That's Jupiter energy. And let go again, and please don't more than it's good for you. Avoid any cramps and similar things. And if we have a little bit of a feeling of these growth processes, we can start to imagine that our whole aura, in a way, is ruled by these forces, and we can expand this consciousness and feeling of growth into this area. And maybe we can create around those two O's which we already have, this O with the legs, and then through the O with the legs, create a big one around all three of them, really encompassing it. We can try it one time, and it's just an attempt, and the body understands what we attempt. It's not necessary to achieve anything. You can wobble as much as you want. You say, I don't feel anything up there, but you are trying. Can I feel something there? And that's what the body understands. And that's what will create a sort of grounds in us for our further steps. Okay, so it's all about trying from the O gesture, from the heart.
Look beyond the everyday, the momentary, and set goals, ideals, which are related to a person's highest duties.
And when you have this, try to meditate yourself into what's there, what you feel. Okay, we go on. This first part had a lot to do with, yes, these forces of our body which we want to use in order to connect with our goals, ideals, for the sake of the whole. And now we connect a little bit more with our inner being also, yeah, which cannot live everything it wants to live. That's the message of the second part. But this being is actually the being which keeps us alive. And we start together with Adele, with an O.
For example, wanting to develop in the sense of the given exercises.
So we just have an O and we recollect everything what we have just felt and take time to feel into this gesture. Yeah, that's what it's all about. We could stop here, but then it goes on.
In order to subsequently help and advise one's fellow human beings all the more.
So far, what did I do? I formed an O gesture behind my back. And I started with the right side, and then the left arm followed. Because the right energy of us has more to do with external actions. So with help, I formed the O, half an O behind. And then advise someone has much more to do with inner understanding. That's why I let the left arm follow and then form the O. And I really try to feel these different qualities of left and right when I do it. We do it one more time.
For example, wanting to develop in the sense of the given exercises. In order to subsequently help and advise one's fellow human beings all the more.
And maybe you notice when you give energy in the O behind, when you fill also this O with warmth and empathy, you have a reaction here in your chest bones here. You start to grow here, quite naturally. Yeah? So you have something behind, but you start to feel it already in your center, wanting to go forward. And this we now, because future has to do with the legs, we want to combine it with the legs. We do not only want to combine it, but we want to let it speak, let it become real through the legs. And I invite you just to stand in a way that you can make 2 or 3 or 4 steps forward. And in eurythmy we often do a 3-fold stepping. That's the base for everything. And just let's try it one time, that one foot is a little bit in front, and then you lift the heel, you carry your foot forward like a droplet of water, you place it slowly, you reconnect, and then you have both feet on the floor. And from the pelvis, which is relaxed, you feel from your heart through the pelvis, through the soles of your foot, into the earth. And then you lift the next heel, carry the droplet of water in your foot forward, place it, and again you relax and feel and connect with the earth. And the third step, you lift the foot, you carry this hanging droplet, and you reconnect. And you connect with your heart. Hello, dear earth. And here, when we step like this, it's very much a communication in a verticality from, yes, our uprightness, our inner humanity with our living on earth, communication with earth. And now I invite you to do it a little bit different, because when you think of O and Jupiter, and when you look for how is it represented in fairy tales, in mystery tales, then you find it as the energy of the swan. And even this, when you see what we've done with the arms already, you also find that the swan has this beautiful O gesture in his wings when he activates its energies. And just imagine you are a swan, or you feel a little bit into what a swan feels when he moves his legs in the water to come forward. And just push with the foot behind a little bit, and then place and push a little bit backwards, and push a little bit backwards to bring you forward, and push a little bit backwards, and then let go. And let's try it 2 more times. Just give this impulse, and it has to do with the thighs and the feet and this area here, all these areas interconnected. But just start in your heart, give a little bit of energy in the foot, which pushes you forward, push you forward, push you forward, push you forward, push you forward, and relax. And just go back, but be careful, don't hurt yourself, stop in time. And now you can just try to observe one thing, that the pushing does not end in the stomach, but the pushing of the leg really reaches your heart, reaches your collarbone, and you feel it here. Let's try it 1 more time. You stand relaxed, you are centered, you feel your heart, you feel your thighs, you feel your body, and then push a little bit in the water and feel your collarbone, how it reacts, and stop. And again, go back. And now I want to invite you that you do not directly use your legs to create this pushing, because eurythmy always means you work in a different area in the body from where you want to have the effect. You create again this beautiful O in your back and fill it with warmth and empathy, and feel the upper arms and the hands. And now activate the upper arm to create this pushing in the leg, and activate your upper arm, activate the O, and feel the O. And all the time when you feel the O, the slight pushing comes about. Just relax and go back again. We try it 1 more time. And it's not a question of succeeding, it's just, can I reach this quality we are looking for? This Jupiter quality, gliding on the water, being connected with the water, but also feeling the force in the water. Create this O, feel it, and don't wait for me. Just experiment, like I do. Each step is an experiment. It's different all the time. Okay, and then stop. Relax and breathe. And the way our body functions, it's not I have to do, he has to follow me. The body waits for, he wants to serve us. So all we have to do to walk backwards is to want to do the same thing backwards. We just think, it would be nice to have the same effects backwards. That's not logical. The swan always would go forwards, but maybe our swan can also move backwards, that we enter this realm behind in a different attitude. So please create this beautiful O again. Fill it with your heart, warmth and empathy, and give a little bit of energy and invite your step to go backwards, to push you a little backwards, and it still arrives in your collarbone. Push a little backwards and arrive. And look how nice it is to let the arms go, to let the tension go. And breathe. Maybe we do this part together with Adele before we finish with the very last sentence of this text. And again, as you remember, it starts with this O from the heart, where it says, yes, all it needs is this O of mine. In this, everything is contained.
For example, wanting to develop in the sense of the given exercises, in order to subsequently help and advise one's fellow human beings all the more, even if not exactly in the very near future.
And enjoy this letting go. Wow, these wings of the swan. And the swan has to do with time, same as Jupiter. And when it says, if not exactly in the very near future, it's a little bit, with these steps forwards, we meditate ourselves into this feeling of time. We have time. It must not be now. Also the future is already present. And then when we silently go backwards, we just meditate it even more. We just listen to how it speaks to us. Okay, and then when these beautiful wings just come about by themselves, we continue with the text, with Adele.
One may also summarize what has been said in...
And we stop here. When here it says we may summarize, that means we just bring everything together. And under the wings of the swan you have everything. So just do summarize everything. Bring it together. Yes, do summarize it. And that's so nice with words, you are allowed to play with them. And if sometimes they reveal a meaning. And when you have summarize, yeah, and summer has to do with warmth, yeah, and with our lower being. And then it says summer, and then it says rise. Let your summer rise, your warmth become light. And then it says in, yeah? We can summarize it in. Then really, let's take it in. Let's take these words serious. Just imagine again this O behind, and Adele will speak it again for us. The wings come, everything is there.
One may also summarize what has been said in...
Then we place one foot to one side. For all, we just feel what we have been done. Other. Yeah? We just have these broad legs to really, yes, that's the spectrum of all exercises. Yeah? All colors are there. All other exercises. And it is an art gesture. And when you really feel through the heart, through the legs, into the earth, it should, in a way, bring you on the heels, especially when you start receiving the energy from the earth through the legs into yourself. Just feel that this rising of energy through the legs brings you on the heels and strengthens your spine. Just relax one more time and come back, because I want to show it to you. And we try to do it one time again. Yeah? We just stand upright. We have just summarized in. And now please do again one step to the side, the other one to the side, and your heart again arrives in its center. And then take your time to really go down through your legs and really receive the strength from the earth through the legs in your spine and feel, yes, I am leaning backwards automatically. And then create this O gesture. And now do not do it yourself, but create such a loving energy, or just perceive the loving energy in the O. And let this O bring you forward, but do not lose the R. You have this R, this all, and the O just brings you into the middle. The O brings you towards yourself in a new way. And just experience what it is like to arrive in yourself like this. And then let go and breathe. And close your legs. So, it was a little bit of an accident that we called eurythmy for you, eurythmy for you. But in a way it's meaningful, because when you look in social questions, you always must ask, where's the third element? There's the one, the other, and there's the third element. But in relation to your body, you always must ask yourself, where's the fourth element? Where's number 4? And here in this beginning, you have the 4. The summarize in your first being with yourself. Then comes the R, then comes the O, and you arrive in a new 4. And just try to experience this. Okay, we go through all the words once again together with Adele. Then I will show them or do them with you together without words. And then I invite you to just sit down and listen to the resonance. If it's too much for you, please feel free to sit down already now. And all others, please arrive at yourself. Feel your body. Feel your heart. Sense your breath. And take up contact with your human body.
Human striving. One takes care not to do anything that is outside of one's strength, but also not to refrain from doing anything that is within it. Look beyond the everyday, the momentary, and set goals, ideals. which are related to a person's highest duties. For example, wanting to develop in the sense of the given exercises, in order to subsequently help and advise one's fellow human beings all the more, even if not exactly in the very near future. One may also summarize what has been said in "Let all other exercises become practice."
And breathe, relax, make 1 or 2 steps to relax completely. And just listen to your body, to yourself, what might come back from what we have been practicing together. Take a big breath. Relax. Feel your uprightness, the feet on the floor. And have a seat to listen to what the responses are to what we have been doing. How does your body react? How does what we did do in you? How do you feel in your body? How does your body feel in you? How much are you at home in each other? How does your body react when you put these questions? How is the atmosphere in your body? But also, how is it around it? Does the body feel too open, unprotected after these exercises? Or on the contrary, protected and sheltered? How is it for you?